This video will show you how to style your data in eSpatial. In this how-to video, we will cover pin and region styling, adding labels to your map, colouring your data by value, size by value, symbol by value, and hotspot heat maps. As standard, your data will be assigned a default style and colour. Each dataset or layer will be represented differently, but you have the option to change these defaults. When styling your data, there are some things to consider: the symbol to use, the size to display the points at, and the colour and transparency of the points. To start styling your data, select the Style button in your control panel. You can navigate between the datasets you want to style using the Dataset drop-down in your Style menu. The symbol to the left will indicate if the dataset is a point or regional polygon dataset. To begin editing the colour of your pin's icon, colour and size, click on the default pin. To change the pin style, click on the pin drop-down. Here you can choose from a variety of different pins. By changing your dataset's pin style, you can easily distinguish different features on your map. For example, you can set a different pin style and colour for your leads, customers, and accounts. This will allow you to have full visibility over your accounts. If you would like to use a custom company icon, you can send an icon request and we can upload your custom icon to your account. You can click on the colour box to change your pin's colour. You can edit the transparency of the pin by entering a percentage or using the slide bar. Clustering can also be adjusted. Clustering is a feature that appears when a large amount of data is added to a map. This groups pins together that sit on top of each other to better view your map. There are 4 different clustering options: minimal, low, medium, and high. However, you can also choose to turn off clusters so that you can see each pin. Please note, for datasets with a large number of points, this can affect the render time for the points to load. If you have added an eSpatial dataset, uploaded your dataset using link to boundary, added territories, or did a regional heat map analysis, you can style your regions in the following methods. You can select the border thickness from the drop-down and click on the colour chooser and select your chosen colour for the border. You can select an alternative colour for the region fill by clicking on the colour chooser. You can also set the transparency level for the fill by either entering the value you want or using the slider bar to adjust the transparency. If you have added a territory alignment to your map, you can turn on colours set in the Territory Manager by selecting Toggle Territory Colours. Labels can be used to add information about each feature or data point. With eSpatial, you can automatically generate labels for each feature based on one or more columns from your table. To switch on labelling for your points, click on the Labelling button. There are 3 labelling versions available. Optimized labels will display as many labels as possible without overlapping. Non-overlapping labels will display labels, however, if any labels would overlap, only one label displays. All labels will display all available labels, however, this may result in labels overlapping depending on the zoom scale. Please be aware, if you have a lot of features on the map, labels can become cluttered and unusable. If you do not want to identify each of your pins, but want to change the default label used for identifying your pins, you can change the identifying label column by going to the Labelling menu in Styling and selecting a new column from the drop-down menu. You can then turn off labelling and save your changes. You can use the drop-down to select the column you wish to use as your label. You can add a prefix or suffix such as pound, dollar, euro or percentage by selecting the drop-down menu, or if you click on the box, you can enter your own value. You can add up to 3 different label columns using the Add Label button. You can separate your columns using the separation drop-down. You can change the font and styling of your labels using the highlighted options, such as customizing your font and size for your label, or changing the font color and editing the label position. You can style its appearance, such as being in a box or freestanding text, and set the color of your box, border or line color fill by selecting the color box or selecting Inherit from Pin. You can also decide if the box or text has a shadow. The Color by Value menu provides you the ability to change the ranges applied to your data and apply color categories for your specified columns. This tool allows you to quickly get an overview of your data, such as owner, high-value locations, or account types. With columns set as text type, you can color by up to 50 distinct values. However, if you choose an integer or decimal column type, we will apply a sequence of ranges for color by value. To style your data in color by its value, click on the Color by Value option. Use the drop-down to select which column you wish to style by color. You can add or remove a range by clicking on the plus or minus icons, and change a color by clicking on the color box. Styling options such as autofill allow you to pick a starting color and an ending color. This will then autofill the color range in between. You can also store ranges for future use on other datasets. To do this, click Store Ranges. This will then prompt you to name your range. This range can also be set to default, so that when this function is switched on, your color scheme will be applied to your map. The Size by Value menu provides you with the ability to display your data based on pin size. For example, a large pin represents a high value and a small pin represents a low value. This can be used as a tool to quickly generate an overview of your rep's performance or the high value leads you need to target. To style your data value in size, click on Size by Value. Use the drop-down to select which column you wish to size by value. Sometimes the default size applied to the large pins can overcrowd your map, making it more difficult to see the low value pins. To display your data better, you can edit the pin size range. The Symbol by Value styling tool allows you to display your data based on different pin types. This tool is very useful for getting a quick overview of your account status. For example, an opportunity account may be a star symbol, a prospect may be a triangle, and a lead may be represented by a circle. This feature works well when a color by value is also applied, as you can differentiate between high value and low value account types. For example, a blue circle is a more valuable lead than a red. To style your data by symbols, click on Symbol by Value. To change the pin type, click on the Pin drop-down menu. Within the Symbol by Value menu, you have the ability to store your ranges and apply your saved ranges. A heat map can be used to measure and analyse patterns of high and low activity and to quickly identify gaps and opportunities within your market. To turn on the heat map, click on the On button in your Style menu. By default, when turned on, the heat map is generated based on point density, but can be measured based on any of your numeric type columns such as value or customer count. To choose another column to view, click on the column drop-down. If we look at the map, areas of blue represent low density of accounts and areas of red represent high density of accounts. The colour schemes and transparency of this range can be changed by clicking on the colour box drop-down menu and entering a percentage of transparency. You can also customise density ranges by entering a percentage in the low, medium and high boxes. You are also provided with the options to overlay pins or remove noise around hotspots by using the colour snapping tool. Once you are happy with the styling changes you have made to each of your datasets, you can save these changes by selecting the Save icon. To go back to your map, select Exit Styling. If you haven't saved your changes, you will be asked if you want to apply these changes. Thank you for watching our how-to video. If you have any questions, you can contact us by emailing help@eSpatial.com or by selecting the chat button to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen when on our website or logged into eSpatial.